So, any questions before we begin? Just make sure, you want to stay, upright, but you don't want to be uncomfortable. So make sure to switch your leg position if you need to. If you need to sit in a chair, it's fine. You can always sit on a chair. I just sit sometimes on the side of my bed and meditate. So you can do it anywhere, right? That you're comfortable. It really matters that you're comfortable. And then we just do a guided, body scan. And then we start to focus in on the breath. And I also introduce a mantra. If you'd like to work with the mantra, that's optional. Okay. And then we do some self-inquiry after that. Okay. So just make sure that you're comfortable and just sit straight and tall with the crown of your head right over your tailbone. Close your eyes. And just have some softer, smoother breaths. And just allow yourself to shift towards this practice of meditation. And just soften the skin of your face, relax your jaw, let your eyes come back. And just begin to connect your head with your heart center. And bring your hands to your heart center in Namaskarasana. Raise your chest upwards. And please join me now for 3 ohms. Just lift your chest upwards and bow your head downwards. And just feel why you've come to this meditation today, why you're drawn to meditation, whatever the reasons are, whatever your intention is, just acknowledge that calling that you have to maybe be quieter in your mind, more balanced in your mood. Just have a deeper sense of inner peace. And then release your hands down to your thighs. Palms can be down or up. And keep your eyes closed, but raise your head. And then just feel your toes and your feet and your lower legs, your knees and your upper legs. Just feel the weight of your legs and the pressure of your feet and your legs on whatever you're sitting on. You can also feel the weight of your hands on your legs, on your thighs or somewhere. And just notice the temperature of your legs and the texture, the feeling of the texture of whatever clothing that you're wearing or the air on the skin, if your skin is exposed. And then just see as you exhale if you can release any tension in your feet or your legs, your lower legs, your upper legs. See if you can let loose any tension there. And then feel your fingers and your hands and your wrists and your lower arms and your elbows and your upper arms and your shoulders. And just feel the weight of your arms. And feel the pressure of your hands on your thighs, the backs of your hands or the palms of your hands. And just feel the temperature of your arms. And then the feeling of the clothing that you're wearing on your arms, or the air on the skin of your arms. And see if there's any tension in your arms, your hands, your fingers. See if you can let go of that tension. And now feel your seat, your pelvis, your buttocks. Just feel that seat. Really feel the weight of your seat on whatever you're sitting on. Feel the texture as best you can. Notice the temperature of your pelvis. And see if there's any holding or restriction in your pelvis, and see if you can just let that loose. You just have a very comfortable seat. And just become aware of your trunk, the outer part of the trunk, where the skin touches the clothing. Just feel your abdomen, your lower back, the sides of your trunk, the middle abdomen, the solar plexus, the middle back. Feel your chest and your upper back. And just feel the draping of your clothing there on the skin. See if there's any sense of temperature there, any sense of tension. And see if you can let that melt away. And then draw your attention to your neck, your throat, back of your neck, sides of the neck, and to your head, your scalp, your facial skin. And just feel the weight of your head. Notice the feeling of the air on the skin of your face, maybe the back of your neck, the throat. See if there's any tension there that you can let go of, that you can release. Any tension in the face. And then move inside to your brain. Just notice the feeling of the brain. See if it feels tight or more open and relaxed. And just see if you can let go of any tension that might be in your head or your brain. And then move down to inside your throat, the lining of your throat, your vocal cords. See if there's any tension there that you can release or soften or smooth out. And then move down to the very center of your chest, inside your heart, your lungs, inside your rib cage there. See if you have any sense of holding or restriction. See if you can just relax any tension, tightness inside your chest cavity. And then move down to your abdomen, to your insides, to your internal organs. And just see how that feels today. If there's any holding there, tightness. And see if you can just let that release. And just feel your whole body. And again, if you need to adjust your position, please do so. Otherwise, just begin to focus now on the feeling of your breath. Just feel the in of your breath and the out of your breath, the rise and the fall of your breath. And just notice for you where you experience the breath the most. Is it at the rim of your nostrils when you feel the coolness as it comes in, the warmth as it goes out? Would you feel it more in the rising of your chest, the expansion of your chest, and then it deflates? Or do you feel it more in your belly? The belly kind of expands as the diaphragm draws down, and then the belly kind of draws back in. Just see where you experience the breath and just settle your attention on one of those places. And just watch the breath come in and watch the breath move out. And just stay with the breath unless you'd like to add the mantra to the inhalation, which is so hum, SOHUM. And on the exhalation, it's hum sa, HUMSA. So hum as you inhale, hum sa as you exhale. And the meaning of the mantra is I am that I am. So either just follow the breath wherever you find it most prominent this morning, or work with the mantra and the breath. Inhaling so hum, exhaling hum sa. And it's just a normal breath. We're not deepening the breath or changing the breath. Just however you find your breath, just follow it with or without the mantra. It's the nature of the mind to get pulled elsewhere. Your mind might go to a physical sensation. And if it's extreme and you need to adjust, make sure to do that. Your mind might go to a thought. Your mind might go to a sound. And as soon as you recognize that you're thinking or following a sound or a sensation, just come back to the breath wherever you're finding it, with or without the mantra. So hum, hum, sa. And just watching the breath with or without the mantra. Now, as you watch the breath, you can relax the mantra. But as you watch the breath, just notice in your own direct experience that there is the feeling of the breath coming in, moving out, but there is, without any doubt, an awareness of the breath. And they're always together. There is the breath, and then there's awareness of the breath. Just notice in your own experience awareness, the presence. And it's almost like the breath is not just coming and going in the body, but the breath is coming and going in awareness. And the breath is always changing, it's always shifting. You know, sometimes the breath is more deep or shallow, sometimes it's fast or slow. But the awareness of the breath is unchanging and constant. See this for yourself. Now become aware of any sensation in your body that's obvious. Maybe it's a little bit of an ache somewhere, or a tingling, or a numbness. Maybe it's just the pressure of your seat, the weight of your pelvis. Maybe it's your hands on your legs. And as you focus on one of those sensations, settle on one of those sensations, and just notice that in your own experience, there is the sensation, but there's also awareness, and they go hand in hand. And just notice in your own experience that the sensation will change. It might have already changed. It's going to shift. It's going to morph into a new sensation or change. But the awareness of the sensation will not change. It's always there. It's open. It's unchanging. It doesn't have a boundary or a limit. Just see this in your own experience, that there is always a sensation and awareness. And then just focus on any sound that's around you. Maybe it's the sound out something on the street or in the air, a plane flying over, a siren. Maybe it's the sound of your breath. Just focus on any sound that you can perceive. Maybe it's the hum of the computer or another machine. And just notice in your own experience that there is the sound, whatever it is, and there is awareness. And it's undeniable, it's very clear. And just notice that the sound will change. It might disappear, it might move into another sound, but the awareness will be always present. Awareness is always present. It's always here, unchanging. See this for yourself. And now become aware of any thought stream, any story that your mind is coming up with. And if no thought comes, which is kind of ironic, right? That's what happens sometimes when you try to think of a thought. Just think of 2 plus 2 equals 4 or some other simple thought. And when you have the thought, let the thought float in the mind. There's no problem with any thought. Thoughts are not the enemy. But just notice that with the thought, there is awareness. There's always awareness and the thought. So just see that for yourself. And just see that the thoughts change. The thought might have already changed. We've had literally thousands of thoughts already today. But the awareness of all of those thoughts has always been the same. It's never changed. And it will never change. Throughout all of the different ages that your body has gone through, whether it was childhood, the teenage years, early adulthood, middle age, older age, just notice that it's the awareness has always been the same. It's never aged one day. It doesn't age. That's why when we say our age, we don't feel our age. And now just come to that feeling of I, that feeling of being an individual person that we all have. You all have that feeling of individuality. I am myself. I am me. I am an individual person. Go into that feeling, into that I thought or I feeling, and just see that there is that feeling, there is that, it's very dominant, but there is also awareness. There's awareness of the I thought, of the I feeling. So even that deepest thought, like the root thought, feeling of I, see if you can have any sense of even that feeling of I is in awareness. And the awareness is unchanging. And sometimes that I feeling is very dominant, very present, and sometimes it kind of fades away. But the awareness is always here. The invitation is to understand ourselves more and more as this open sky of awareness, and to see that this awareness is peaceful and it's even and clear, and it's not affected by all of the different changes of the body, be they positive or negative. It's not affected by the mind. It's not affected by the mood. It's not affected by the world around us. So this is the invitation. And we can take it as far as we'd like to understand ourselves as that pure open sky of peaceful, clear, vast, limitless awareness, consciousness. And it's always here. No matter what you're going through, in your own experience, you can see for yourself. It's not something you have to believe. Just rest in that awareness, however you understand it this morning. Find that peace that we're all searching for. Everybody on earth is searching for peace, and it's right here. And now relax the meditation and just feel the effects of sitting quietly, doing nothing except focusing on awareness. Bring your hands to your heart center. Raise your chest upwards. Now that we've taken care of ourselves with this meditation today, we'll chant Om Shanti Om. Shanti is peace. Om Shanti. Om. Bow your head to your heart. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for coming to meditation. Have a beautiful rest of your day, or see you in the practice.